do that. And it's something that we can do right here, us. We don't have to, like I say, farm it out to anybody. That's it. Expanding the beach.
That also includes cleaning up the beach beyond the sand in that one section down towards the park itself, because it is a mess. There's a lot of dead debris along there.
There is, and Heidi, is there, like phase 2 to this would be later in the year. She recommended when she was here that the DPW be able to go down and start mowing some of that, the cattails and things like that, and getting that out of there.
Yeah, Sam's been mowing them for how many, what, last 3 years?
Well, beyond that, she's saying keep that kind of cleaned up, and that there's some plants that we can put in there that will stabilize the soil and keep that area cleaner, better, stronger,
It'll look
prettier.
better.
And the reason why she's asking for the DEQ permit portion of this, that $100, is because from us to the edge of the water, we can do that. But once we start getting into the water, then the DEQ needs to have a permit and give us the okay to do that. So that's why we have that in there. And Heidi is complete, I mean, she can write out a exacting plan as to how to execute this. So what we're asking for is, you know, for council support and to approve spending the money to do it.
I'm all with cleaning that up and doing everything, and I know you weren't part of the grant when it first started. That was something that was discussed as a phase 2 of that, was making that the
Well, and that's,
kayak and.
we talked about that at length, Joe, and the problems we've had getting the grant already as far as we
Right.
have. We're like, you know, let's get this done before the campground gets full, when we don't have to worry about anybody being down there when it's happening.
How far?
I mean, I think Sam said a couple, 2-3 days might be able to make it happen, so.
It wasn't.
Approximately another 23 feet.
Well, that's the most. That would be the very most. I personally think it's probably gonna be like 15-ish, but, you know, we're asking for a little bit more and ideally hope that it goes,
How it goes through.
yeah. And, you know, there may be some, like, again, like some phase 2, after this is done, it would be going a little farther down and cleaning up some of that stuff so that, you know, like cattails aren't holding on to every hunk of trash there is, or you step in it and sink up to your waist and muck, you know, so. This is just kind of a little, get us going, clean it up, make it bigger. I guess if you guys could have seen some of the people coming out of those kayaks last year, they were crammed in there like
Right.
bad.
Oh, I
And
agree.
some of the folks are kind of, you know, elderly and trying to get into that area wasn't easy to maneuver tightly and get around. So a little bit more room is beneficial to those using it. And the kids swimming on the beach too, making it just a little bit bigger.
So Melissa's made the motion to spend approximately $2,000 in the beach improvement expansion.
I would support that to not exceed $2,000 for now.
You can't do that. What do you want me to do, go down there and start digging it and go, oh, I'm over $2,000, now I can't finish?
That would be the
It
problem.
must be real. I gotta get a backhoe in there, I gotta get a park, I gotta get a loader in there, backhoe the dirt out first. Gotta take 18 inches of that black dirt right out of there.
Sam, can you,
Then I gotta haul it up to the road and I gotta dump it in the dump truck. So you've already got $100, $120 an hour in equipment. Just an hour in equipment. Now throw in our wages, you're up to $230 an hour.
Don't we have the money in our park?
That's
To
just
take
an
care of
hour,
this,
folks.
The big park's in the 101, so I don't think there's an actual, I'd have to look at the budget and see.
Are you truly increasing the budget to do this, or are you gonna absorb it within the budget that's there? That always becomes a question when you're using your own equipment. I know there's a cost to it, I know Sam.
Well,
I
that's-
see
No,
what you're
but what I'm
saying,
saying is
Sam,
this is
it's a
truly
great idea, I'd
additional
like to see it get done too, so.
Expenditure you're gonna,
You know, we take it out of day park wages right now.
parks
That's what-
money
yes.
for improving the park?
I just don't know if there was an allocation for day park improvement.
Jay,
I don't know if
But
there
that's
was.
not just Dave Park, that's Charlie Park
That is
itself.
day park only.
that's day park only, that's nothing to do with the camping park.
Right.
Okay, but then we still have the money there someplace that we can use it.
Well,
That's an
day park comes
improvement.
out of 101, the general fund anyways.
But that's an improvement that we
Yeah.
need to do.
But
Oh, I agree with you, I agree with you, I'm not disagreeing that it needs to be done.
I don't see labor and equipment as being.
Labor's
Commissioners gets paid.
So if we don't include that in our total year, we're just asking them for the
$1,250.
DEQ money and the vegetation control sheets and the beams and the labor and whatnot, well, then we're easily under $2,000 if that's the case.
We gotta, we
Well,
gotta
that's
figure
what
out
they're
their
saying,
hours.
no, that's what I'm
Cause they're always
We got
gonna go
$600.
trying to
you
clarify
say.
here, how are we looking at this? Who's paying Sam to do it?
I'm
The
picturing-
DPW or?
Right, we gotta buy all this stuff.
Well, in order to put it, we can't leave it open-ended either, so we have to put a limit on it. Now, like Sam says, maybe we should say $3,000, but we have to put a money limit on it.
Sam, do you think that
Yeah,
that's adequate?
I say you say go ahead and do it. If you're gonna commit to it, go ahead and commit to it, and then what we'll do is we'll take it out of our day park that we have right now, and then we can always go back and look at that fund at that point that I've allowed for expenditures, and increase them expenditures, or rob another one to trade one down.
Okay, well, I make a motion to do what Sam says then.
I'll support that one.
But the $2,000
I can see
limit
that,
is
the notes
easily
down.
covers our
What
permit
Sam
costs
says.
and getting Heidi to help develop the plan and
But
the
do we need to do that?
vegetation
Does that make sense?
beams. I don't, is it two
Yeah.
separate motions?
Yeah, and then you make your
Do we
appropriate
have to
motion.
have-
Can, I don't know if I'm.
Is it two separate motions or one?
Just one.
Just one.
Just make that one motion.
Okay, I'm making the motion that we expend up to, can we say $2,000?
I don't care what Sam, we just
Because
gotta
that's
put a
gonna
money
cover
limit.
this and then,
Don't put a dollar limit on it, just say to do the swimming
That's why I
park
say, I don't know why we
improvements.
have to put a dollar amount on it.
okay, so I'm not saying a dollar amount. Let's make the beach
Spend
bigger.
an unlimited amount of money to make, no, just
That's
kidding.
what I
No,
want.
just have.
Yeah, that's what I-
To make the.
Well,
not
because
gonna happen.
we have to spend money, someone's gotta go buy the stuff, I mean,
We can set out, like, we can easily make little kayak, sort of, cutouts, like we've done for the Christmas tree
Well, we've
that we
got the
did
one.
with the
We've
lights.
got-
let's do it.
Well, just-
I'm making the motion that we make the beach improvements
There you go, that's it, period.
with materials to not exceed $2,000 and labor to be determined by Sam.
Okay, somebody, I can do that.
Thank you.
Then moved and supported by Bodley.
Okay, I support it.
He did, I heard you once.
I heard you. Any further discussion?
We can help you fundraise if you want to help.
Will be good. All in favor of the motion, say aye. No,
Aye.
we're spending money.
We're
Hang on,
spending
we're spending money.
Who's pulling the permits on that?
Heidi said that she'll be able to do all of that, that's included in this money, she'll come down
Well,
and
we
just
can-
do
I love
everything,
it.
we
I
don't
love
have to
it.
do
I love
Last
anything.
time I did a DEQ permit, it was a nightmare.
No, that was her. She'll do
She
it.
said she would do it, she'd get it.
Oh, yeah. The minute you first way to grab,
Roll call?
would have been on
Yes.
the same beach, though, sure.
Yes.
That's where the DQ gets in.
Yes,
That much, yeah.
thank you, everyone, thank you very much.
Any further public comment?
I, just now that that project's all passed and approved, just one question. Are you, just so the public knows, is the intent of this to expand the beach? And I say this because there was a question before about kayaks coming up on the beach area. You remember, it was an issue. Is the beach expansion to be used as a beach for kids and recreational use, or is it to be used for kayaks to come on shore? Because it was an issue before.
Right now, we have signs that say no boats in between these signs in our thing.
And actually Joe got in trouble.
I got
at
in
one
trouble
point.
with
So that's what I
the
said.
police officers, like, so, do we designate this expansion as kayak only, not a swimming area?
Or both, or whatever. I just
Or-
think
or we
I
take
know
the
that
sign.
Why
you
do we
should
have
be
to
the
say
public.
anything?
Because we got signs there right now, that you can't, right now legally, last year, they couldn't bring boats up there, even kayaks.
Didn't you get a ticket for it, Joe?
Yeah,
What's that?
Didn't you get a ticket for it?
I almost got a ticket, but
yeah, because when you're down there
The
with
silver
your
tongue's
kids
not
enjoying the
that.
beach and 12 kayaks come and take over your beach, you're gonna come complain to the council, they're gonna say, why didn't you address it before this happened? So that's what I'm saying, now's the time to address it.
way back when we started with the grant, it was planned to do like a similar expansion like you are doing here and put kayak racks here. Ken and I did a lot of research on kayak racks and different lockers that could be put under the pavilion and stuff. So it's a great idea, but what Ken is saying makes a lot of sense. If you got your kids down there playing and 12 kayakers come rolling up and, how happy are you gonna be when they take over your beach?
Is there room beyond the beach on what will be the new boardwalk for a kayak? Because we looked into it a lot. I thought
It's
it's a
not
great
something we
idea.
have to
Designate a spot for kayak.
But we should all put some
Yeah, well,
serious
that could
thought
be
into
a
that.
part of Heidi, when she makes her plan, the recommendation as to how we handle
Coast
that.
Guard got requirements for swimming areas too.
Yeah,
Well, we don't have a designated swimming area.
Oh, we don't anymore?
No, that got all taken away now. But we have a sign on each side of that park that says no boats in this area.
Are we held to standards?
By the marine traffic, we were last year, or the year before, when I got run out of there.
If
that
I,
sounded
I
good,
had-
Joe, you almost got arrested and then ran out?
I had one pontoon right in front of that sign, and the boat patrol came and run me out of there.
Long
I
haul,
had
though.
to get out of there.
Yeah, that guy was strict, he was checking everybody on the
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw out there, shall we move forward as Village Market and doing our expansion? I've been already solicited by people who want to remove the deck off the side of Tia's. But if that, in event that lumber and somebody to rebuild that into docks or some sort of whatever for the parks or whatever, I just wanted to throw that out there that I'd be happy to donate any materials before they go in the wreckage or go to somebody else for their own private use.
Thank you.
Was there a question in there?
No, there was a
No,
generous
well,
offer.
I will tell you from my dad living on Lake Michigan for 40+ years. For over 20 years, we've been dealing with invasive species, growing weeds and all of those things. And there has been absolutely no, you can't get a permit to cover it or whatever. Eventually, one of the neighbors figured out how to bring a bulldozer in and tell everybody to close their eyes. And they got rid of everything. So I'm surprised that the DEQ is even open to removing, and I.
We're not, nothing's being removed, the fact that we have to touch the edge of the water is the reason for the permit. We're not going down and taking out rocks or moving sand
But
or
you
replanting or
have
anything.
the cattails, right, that are all
Well,
falling
that's,
over
no, that's
that.
talking about mowing them down.
You're moving 18, you gotta pull all the black dirt out if you're gonna
At
put
the
sand
edge
in.
of the water, we're not
But you
going
gotta
out
go
into
back,
it.
you gotta go from the edge of the water, you gotta
Yeah.
go all the way back up into
Yeah.
the dry ground.
Right,
And Heidi
right.
said
That's why,
we're
that's why we
okay.
need the DEQ permit.
I'm all in favor of
I'm
all of
glad
that.
we're
but-
still
Erosion permit.
I'm glad Heidi's
My
doing all
thought was
this.
like, you can just take the whole deck from Tia's and build it over those cattails and then everything stays
That's-
the same.
That's why our boardwalk has to be on suspended pylons, because we couldn't touch any of that.
Right, so.
How long did it take to get the last DEQ permit?
It took me almost 6 months to get
That's what I'm
the
saying.
dredging
Is this
permit
easily gonna
when I
happen
did it
in a
for the
month?
docks for salmon.
Not with the DEQ involved.
And they came out and
Who filled
looked
out
at
the
the,
permit, you?
I filled out, I had the DEQ come to the site, and we've sat there and filled the permit out, and they were very specific that we could not touch anything to the north. No vegetation could be touched. They were very specific.
But
I think
there's
his
no
name was
reason you couldn't
Matt
build over it,
something,
though,
at
right?
the DEQ in Galen, and he says, nope. And that's why when we got Gordy Fraser involved with the grant, everything is on suspended pylon, so we're not touching anything.
Your best bet's to get Heidi.
That's why the
Well,
letter-
That's why we're.
She knows the
she'll
inside
plan it
and the
all out,
outside
knows
people.
what to do.
But, yeah, I hope it gets done, I think it's a great project, don't get me wrong.
Motion to adjourn.
Support.
Been moved and supported. All in favor of adjournment? Aye. Opposed? Motion is carried. Well, thank you for coming.
Hey, well, I know, guys.
What you said
Been a
today?
boring night.
All
the tigers are on, it's not that boring.
People think
Just practice it up. Next one.
Yeah, well,
And I understand where you're coming from. I
there's no
understand your
right
reticence.
way.
Well,
It's never come.